Hey guys, Bob here, that Scottish drummer. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to set up the Roland RT-30 triggers with the SPD-SX so that you can get sounds like this. Welcome back, subscribers, and if you're new here and you enjoy this video, please do consider subscribing. I've got more content like this coming out in the future. So in that little demo, we have some cool things going on. The triggers I'm using are the RT-30K, which is on the kick, and the RT-30HR, which I have on the snare. And the HR head and rim means that you get two sounds. Now, before I bought this, I always wondered what sound would a rim shot give you? I can confirm, in case you're also wondering, that just gives you one sound, which is the rim. So let's dive into this now. First of all, you're going to need your RT-30 triggers and your SPD-SX. Now, if you're buying these triggers new, they come with everything you need in the box. But if, like me, and you buy them used, which you guys should know I like to buy stuff used, then you might need to pick up some extra things, which would be your cables. Now with triggers, the best cables you can get are the ones that have the right angle that plug into the trigger. That just gets the cable out the way of the drum and it hides it really well. Now you may or may not know this, but with the SPD-SX, there are two trigger inputs and you can actually split that to make 4 total trigger inputs. So if you're doing this, then you're going to need some cable splitters. One example of this would be if you have a kick and a tom trigger. They're both single zone, so you could split the dual zone input and have both of those going in. I will link to some of these splitters in the description down below so you can see what I'm talking about. So you just place the triggers on the rim, tighten them up, plug in the cable, plug in the other end to the trigger input on the SPD, and you're good to go. I'll jump over onto the SPD-SX and show you how to set up everything on there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to check is that these trigger input lights light up when you actually play the trigger. So I'm just going to hit the rim of my snare drum. Okay, so trigger 4 is lighting up, that's all good. If you aren't getting any lights, just double check your connection. There's probably a loose connection somewhere. So to set these triggers up, we're going to go to menu and then setup, then trigger in, and here you go. So left and right takes you between triggers 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. And then the top option, input mode, you can change this. So you could have trigger times 2, which is where you need the splitter cable, or if you press minus, head and rim. So I have this set up already with my RT-30K. I'm all ready to go for when I eventually get an RT-30H on a tom. So let's go to the right, triggers 3 and 4. And I've got this set to the RT-30HR. This just tells the SPD which triggers you're using. So with updates, they've allowed the RT-30 range to work. And that's it for the setup. So we go back, and then if we go up to pad, enter, you see trigger 4. So left just cycles through them, left and right. So you know these are our usual pads up to pad 9. Trigger 1, trigger 2, trigger 3, trigger 4. And then the plus and minus just assigns the sounds. You can get pretty crazy by putting a sub layer. So you could have on the snare head just a clap, and then on the rim you could have, say, a clap and tambourine. So when you play a rim shot in the chorus, you get double sound. I was really impressed with how plug and play these triggers are. I'd read a lot of things online about people needing to tweak the settings and really dive in and change them. But for me, plug them in, default settings sound great. I also love how accurate these triggers are, and that the kick trigger even fits on the Evans EMAD head, which is a great move by Roland. I have a video coming soon on how to use these RT-30 triggers dynamically, so stay tuned for that. And I also have a giveaway in the pipeline. So be sure to subscribe and stay safe. I'll see you guys in the next one.